concern, and it is something that we are monitoring very actively. At the moment, we would have 12 economies within the European Union that are being affected by restrictions with regard to gas and with regard to energy. But the European Union has also taken steps to try to also manage and mitigate this risk as we move through the year. So the European Union at the moment has set a target of aiming to get our storage of gas in particular up to 80% of what it normally would be, and putting in place measures to make that happen. We're currently at 55% of that target, and the European Union and the Commission will also be bringing forward proposals to help us manage the kind of challenges that could occur if we get into an environment of even more restricted supply later on in the year. So of course it's a risk. Of course it's in particular a significant risk to where we are with growth, but it's also a risk that we identify now and a risk that we are putting in place plans against.
You're trying to address that. But the French finance minister actually said over the weekend that essentially the base case should be for a full cut-off from Russian gas supplies. Is this your working assumption as well? Is this your base case?
We are expecting, as we move through the year, to see further changes in relation to the supply of gas and the supply of energy. And the European Commission and the Prime Ministers and heads of government within the EU have recognised this as a real risk now for some time, particularly in the last European Union Council meeting that happened there a number of weeks ago in Brussels. But this is why we are putting in place actions against this risk. The truth is we can't eliminate the risk. The truth is we cannot insulate ourselves entirely from it. But we can take steps both now and in the medium term that offer a response to the risk and offer ways of lessening the impact of it. And that is what is now happening.
So just to clarify, you are taking actions at the moment because your working assumption is that in a couple of months' time, gas supplies from Russia will not be taking place to Europe.
I think at the moment I wouldn't say it's a working assumption, but it is a recognition of a significant risk. And steps are being taken in the short term in terms of building up our capacity for gas storage, and then in the medium term regarding alternative sources of energy other than imported gas. So we recognise it as a significant risk, but we have done this now for some time. This is a risk that the Prime Ministers of the European Union and Finance Ministers recognised a number of months ago and led to the idea and the implementation of the Repower EU initiative,